It's your birthday.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Facebook, wherever you're finding this message. I'm glad that you're finding it, and I'm glad that you're here, because you know what? I'm here to tell you a little bit of a story today. I want to tell you a little bit about something that really kind of piqued my interest the other day, and if my dog can not tip this over, that'd be great. So, thank you guys for all the birthday wishes and all the well wishes, and especially the gifts. I got a few things in the mail that just made my day, I tell you what. And one of those things was some baked goods, and sorry about that. Yeah, I got the dog here is kind of going crazy. She wants my attention all the time, and I'm willing to give it to her when I'm not giving messages to you guys. But thank you guys for all the birthday wishes and the well wishes and the gifts and the cares, the concerns, everything, you guys. It makes me emotional sometimes to know that I have so much support out there, and it's just at the ready, you know, it's at my fingertips, and that's a very rare thing, you guys. I want to take advantage of that, and I do quite often. In fact, I had something written out on the community page just a little bit ago, and actually took a phone call, and then I went back to it and it was gone. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to come on and make a video. Now, the video that I'm going to talk about today, it has nothing to do with my birthday or anything to do with recovery per se, but the other day we were taking the dog to the dog park, and you know, when you go to the dog park, there are some rules, there's some criteria. There's a 30 pounds and over side and a 30 pound and under side, and you know, we're kind of still learning all the things, the ins and outs and the nuances of dog parks and other dog owners and that sort of thing. And before they put up this certain sign that said 30 and under, 30 and over, I was taking the dog over to the bigger side, not knowing that there was there's kind of an unwritten rule before the sign was up. I took my dog on that one side one day. I think there were a couple of golden retrievers or golden labs, like the Full House dog, like a big golden retriever. And I let my dog in there, and I let her off the leash, and my dog at first was kind of playful, but then the dogs kind of came around and she started to freak out. She started to go crazy. Her tail went in between her leg, her hair stood up, and she was yelping. I'd never heard her do that before. And I was assuming that she was going to be okay with those other couple big dogs. They were really friendly, and they were running around. And as soon as I let her off the leash, she started doing some stuff that I hadn't seen her do before. So she was freaking out. I tailed it into the fence, just ran directly straight, face first into the fence. Now, the fence sections are about 6 to 8 feet long, and in between them they have these, a 4-inch, 5-inch pipe. She had never been around two big dogs like that, and I assumed that she was going to be okay. I saw a couple of other people that were the owners of those two other dogs, and they were kind of snickering and laughing, and they were like, I can't believe you did that, and kind of doing that. And I took Zoe outside the dog park there, and I walked her around, and I overheard the guy making fun of me, and he's not a very good dog dad and all this, and I was like, whatever, dude, this is like a young puppy. I'm trying to get used to her, so I'm bringing her around the outside, and I overhear that. And then when we come back and I get in the truck, I kind of look over and I can see them reliving the moment that had just happened. And he was like, doing this, like I was like trying to get to my dog. He was laughing, and then he mimicked the dog running into the fence, and I'm sitting there. They don't know I'm watching all this, right? And a severe amount of anger welled up inside of me, but then it was immediately quenched, subdued, if you will, by a feeling of just pure sadness, pure and utter just disappointment and sadness, because I realized that there are people out there that are quick to judge, quick to laugh, quick to do anything but to be of assistance, right? Because that's where our society is at nowadays. And so I did end up being quite a bit emotional after I left the dog park, and I was emotional. I was emotional. It was something that hit me hard, and it wasn't the anger or I want to get revenge on those people for making fun of me and my dog. It wasn't like that. It was a sadness. It was a pure, unadulterated, unwarranted in my mind sadness that came over to me. And now that sadness, it was because I had prayed on it and thought on it and meditated on it now for weeks, months, for about a month now. And I think that the sadness came from the fact that I have high expectations of myself, right? And of other people. And when something doesn't go right, and those expectations maybe aren't met, or we maybe have unhealthy high expectations, and then somebody doesn't meet them, we're just disappointed. But I found that I get sad. I got really sad that they weren't more apt to be helpful. Or, instead of making fun of me, maybe they should ask if my dog was okay, or that sort of thing. And it made me sad that there are not a lot of those people out there. So the moral of the story, no, you cannot eat my James Joyce What is wrong with you? Man, can't have anything hanging out around this dog because she will want to eat it. So the far-reaching and the overall moral of the story is that no matter what people say, do, feel, it's up to us to come together with our feelings and make, put some sort of conclusion on it, because we can't let these things go weeks, months. We can't think about these things that long and let it stay in our craw that long. We have to work through these things. And I just noticed that it had been a couple of weeks and I had worked through it now. I kind of came to a conclusion today in my life that there are going to be those people out there. I was at one point, or am still sometimes, right? I'm not always helpful or not always positive, but I would like to think that we're making a difference on this channel, and I want to thank you guys for being a part of this journey. This journey it's my journey. It's what's happening. I'm going to college. I'm becoming somebody in the community that people can rely on for help and assistance in this area of recovery. Abstinence of being that person, right? Those people. Abstinent from being unkind or ungenerous with our time or compassion or kindness or help or assistance. There are a lot of people out there that need our help, and I like to think that most of us would offer that help if needed. But if we see somebody in need or help out there, or somebody emotionally, unattached from what's going on, maybe we try to reel them people in. Try to get them to find out that there is tangible evidence of this hope that we say is out here, right? That hope and the niceness and the kindness, and it is out here, and sometimes we got to be the ones to bring it. So the moral of the story today is just to be kind, right? I'm telling myself that too, even in the situation where I might not think that that's the answer. I would be willing to bet my last dollar that kindness can be the cure for a lot of things out there, and that goes for a lot of things in and out of recovery. So thank you guys. God bless you. I hope you guys all have a great Tuesday. Happy April 2nd to you. It's April now, so we got some time. We got to get this snow off the ground, we'll get the sun out, and get some of this other stuff melted, and get some of the salt off the roads, and we'll be riding again soon, you guys. And then the content can get kicked up a little bit because I'll be out of school, and hopefully I'll be working, and I'll be bringing you guys some hope and some encouragement and some inspiration to stay sober, right, Zoe? Stay sober. Tell them to do it. Do it. Stay sober. Zoe says to stay sober. Stay sober. Yes, I know you're very, very excited, very nippy. That's her love language, is biting. Her love language is biting. She doesn't bite very hard, but she is very nippy, and we're trying to work on that. That's why we have a muzzle. We have a muzzle too that works. It really calms her down, and it really tends to work. So no more shock collar. We haven't used that. We used that for a couple days and we don't use it. So instead we use a muzzle. I don't have it on me, but it really works if you guys have got a nippy dog. So, alright guys, have a good Tuesday. Happy birthday.